recording.
Hi, I'm Rich from Crossroads Lawn and Garden. The first thing I'd like to do is thank you for purchasing your equipment from Crossroads Lawn and Garden. This will be a quick video on how to use your new Ventrac. Won't go into real depth, just a quick run through. First thing I'd like to talk about is weight transfer. Weight transfer is very important if you're using the machine on a slope. When you're using it on a slope, you want to make sure that your weight transfer is all the way in the forward position. What that will do is it will transfer 50% of the weight of your attachment onto the front and rear axles of your Ventrac. Now, when you're mowing on flat ground, you don't need the weight transfer. If you want to, say, make a prettier stripe, you can set it in two. That will transfer the weight back onto the attachment, therefore transferring the weight onto the striping roller. One word, the only way to change weight transfer is if you have your attachment completely up. Must be all the way up, otherwise you won't be able to move your weight transfer. Moving on from there, we'll talk quickly about the low and high speed in the transmission. You've got a high speed. High speed is primarily for if you're mowing on flat ground, you want to go wide open, no problem. You put it in high speed. When you're on a slope, you want to make sure you're on slow speed. There's a picture of a rabbit there. This will give you the full power capability of the machine. So you always want to be in low gear when you're mowing on slopes. To change that, what you do, pull the pin, take this lever, press it down, then you have to start your lever. By the way, this is Debbie, my sales assistant. She's going to help us out today. So we'll start the engine. Then we'll release the brake, and we're going to just put some, we'll stop right there. You don't want to force this into gear because you have flat-faced gears that are not synchromatic. So consequently, what you're going to do, put a little pressure on this, move your lever. Don't run me over, Debbie. There you go. Then you'll feel the gears drop into place. And you do just the opposite when you want to go back into high gear. So to put it back into high gear, release your lever, pull it back. I'm going to stop right there. In neutral, in the middle, you're in neutral. At that point, the machine has no brakes other than your emergency brake. So you never want to change gears on a slope. You always want to change gears on the flat ground. If you ever need to pull your Ventrac, don't try to pull against the hydraulics. Put it in neutral, release your brake, and you'll be able to pull the machine. So to get it back into high gear, we pull the lever up, put a little pressure on it. There we are. We're back in high gear. From there, we'll take a quick look at your dashboard. You have your slope indicator here. Slope indicator will tell you what kind of a slope degree angle you're on. It's not connected to the machine to make it stop. What it will do is just give you a warning signal when you reach above 25-degree slope. In your dashboard, your first item is your tachometer. The middle display will, when you start up, will show the number of hours. When you're running the machine, it'll show you miles per hour. Next one is your temperature gauge and your fuel gauge. So that's pretty much your controls on the dashboard. I'm going to go around to the other side of the machine. And here we have the control pod, which has your lights, control for your lights. It also has the on and off for your PTO, which is your blades when you're using it, or any other attachment. You don't want to engage on when you're mowing. You want to engage the PTO, your blades, at 2,500 RPMs, and then push the throttle full open so that you're mowing wide open. SDLA levers. This is your main control lever. This moves your attachment up and down. This only controls the attachment up and down. This one is equipped with a couple other features we won't go into at this point. The second lever, if you have auxiliary hydraulics on your machine, this lever will control the auxiliary hydraulics. If you have only one hydraulic, there'll be no green button. If you have two hydraulics, there'll be a green button. Serves as a dual purpose. Not pressing the green button, you control one hydraulic. Pressing the green button, you bypass the first hydraulic and do the second hydraulic. So moving on from there, you've got your emergency brake. You can't go anywhere unless you release emergency brake. If you look a little further down the machine, you'll see this lever here. This is what detaches your attachment. So it has a locking feature on it. Lift that up and lift this up. What you'll be doing, and I'm going to lock it back down, is releasing your attachment hooks. So that part will be explained in another video, how to detach or unhook an attachment. This is how you control the latches. This lever here will put tension on the SDLA levers. So when you're starting out, you may want to put the lever down into the lower position, like that. What this will do, what that will do is it'll put spring tension on your SDLA levers. Now, it does two things. Number one, if you do let go of it, if you get nervous, you let go of it, it's always going to come back to neutral and you'll stop. The second thing it is going to do is going to put more pressure on these levers so that if you are mowing in a long distance, you're going to have to really lean into those levers and it might get tiring. So what we recommend you do, try that, see if you're comfortable with it. Once you become comfortable with the SDLA levers, then put it back in the top position, because at that point you have complete control of the machine. You move the lever forward, you're going to go forward. You move the lever backward, it's going to go backward. You have much more finite control of your speed. Coming around this way, quick look, these are your hydraulics. If your machine is attached, if your machine has multiple hydraulics, they all will be color coded. And just a word here, when you want to detach your hydraulics, what you would do, turn the machine off, and you would take this lever and wiggle it back and forth. What you're doing is you're releasing the tension from these hydraulics so that when you reconnect, you're not fighting that built up pressure. I'm going to go and take a quick look under the hood and then we'll wrap this up. All of the information that you need, basically. Frequent services are here, grease points are here. These are your different fuses and reference charts. Maintenance information is all underneath the hood. You have your overflow for your radiator here. Hydraulic fluid is here. This is a screen, removable screen, that when you're doing especially bush hogging, you create a lot of dust. It's all going to be sucked into this screen. You'll notice your temperature gauge will start to climb. That's an indication that this screen needs to be cleaned. All you do is pull it out, tap it out, put it back in, and you're ready to go, and you'll notice your temperature will drop right back down. So that pretty much wraps up your quick video on the starting of your machine. I'm also including some other videos that will go into detaching your equipment, and there's also a quick start video from Ventrac with Aaron Graber, which goes into depth on everything that I covered here. Again, thank you for purchasing your equipment from Crossroads Lawn and Garden.